75 laps, $30,000 on the line, double green flag in the air, and we are underway here in the finale. The Peach State Classic at Senoia Raceway.
Thornton way to the top shelf. He'll take the lead down the back straightaway. Zach Mitchell in second. Alberson in third through 3 and 4 for lap 1. Everybody clean and green back through the pack. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. leading the way with 1 on the board.
Zach Mitchell second, Garrett Alberson third. That's how they stack up at the end of lap number 1. So they remain side by side. Several cars throughout the field. We'll keep an eye on Bobby Pierce in this one as well. As again, if it were to end right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. would be your champ, but we're just 1 lap into the race. Make it 2.
Make it 2. And Thornton right now working through the middle of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. Went in there, race car pushed just a little bit on him. He gets his feet back under him. Mitchell closed in ever so slightly. Alberson in third. Back in the 4th spot, it's Turbo, but he's got Chris Madden right there with him. Meanwhile, back in the pack, Joseph Joyner's gone to work on the top side of the race. Actually, scratch that. That's Michael Page has gone to work on the top side of the racetrack in the 18.
Yeah, we just saw it there on the screen. They were 3 wide there momentarily coming out of corner number 4. And there's a good look at the Douglasville, Georgia driver. He's going to try to thread the needle at the end of the back straightaway on Hudson O'Neill and Jonathan Davenport. He's able to work by Davenport. He'll get by Hudson O'Neill, move the 18X of Michael Page up to 6.
Not too far in front of him is Bobby Pierce, and Pierce is starting to turn up the speed as he's trying to make sure he stays on the lead lap.
Yep.
He runs 21st right now.
Yeah, Pierce actually on the same straightaway right now as your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky Thornton Jr. going into turn number 3. Bobby Pierce on the high side coming off corner number 4. So again, less than a straightaway separating your 2 championship contenders. Is RTJ now starting to pick his way, or about to pick his way through the back of the field, and Zach Mitchell's right there.
Thornton through the middle, Mitchell off the bottom in 1 and 2, off into 3 and 4. It'll be Thornton through the middle, Mitchell on the bottom, off of turn 4. Mitchell's right there. The separation was 0.6 of a second that time at the line, 0.2 of a second, and now side by side for the lead through turns 1 and 2. We have a new leader down the back straightaway, not so far.
Not right now. Zach Mitchell is running pretty much the same line this time down in turns 3 and 4, but the 20 RT maybe not quite as smooth, maybe not quite as consistent in the middle of the corner. That's going to allow the 57 of Zach Mitchell to close back in. Now Ricky Thornton Jr. keeps his car glued to the bottom of the racetrack. Mitchell goes high. He's got another run going into 3 and 4.
Yeah, Thornton actually went to the bottom where Mitchell was. Mitchell moves up where Thornton was, and you can't pass him if you're running where they're at, and that's Mitchell's approach. Meanwhile, Garrett Alberson is catching both of them. DJ, we are 20 laps in, 55 to go. See Pierce working off into 1 as the leaders are at the flag stand. Now Bobby Pierce picking off a few spots. He's now climbed up to 18th, so in the past few laps he's picked off 3 cars. Again, he's got to get within 6 or so cars of Ricky Thornton Jr. to have a shot to keep the points lead when the night's over.
Yeah, indeed he does, but still on the same straightaway as your race leader right now. As you see again, that's Bobby Pierce on the right side of your screen. There's him at the end of the back straightaway, and there's the 20 RT on the left side of your screen entering the front straightaway. And that battle up front has not let up at all. Zach Mitchell still right there lurking in the shadows, as is Garrett Alberson in the 58.
24 laps complete. They've all been clean and green so far. Your leaders working through lap traffic. They work down the back straightaway. Kyle Bronson and Austin Smith side by side in front of your leaders, and Thornton and Zach Mitchell choose to work the low side off of turn number 4. And man, if you're Thornton, you're going after the win, but you got to keep your nose clean. We may see our first caution as Ashton Winger slows up in turn 1 and 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. brings us back to the green flag, and we are back underway here at Senoia Raceway in the Peach State Classic as Thornton gets a really good restart. Meanwhile, Alberson comes after Zach Mitchell. And Alberson with a good run through 1 and 2. Alberson's going to have a chance. He takes second down the back straightaway, and now here comes Jonathan Davenport and Chris Madden into the fold. They battle in the top 5.
Yeah, those 2 drivers looking to battle into the top 3, though, as they'd like to work their way by the 57 of Mitchell. Mitchell, though, going to hold on to that 3rd spot here at the end of the 26th lap in this race. So now Garrett Alberson, a new contender in this one. He's run 3rd the majority of this race, suddenly finds himself leading the charge behind your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr.
As you see Pierce back there mired in traffic, Pierce is up to 14th right now. I mean, he's picked up 12 spots, DJ, in what is now the first 34 laps. And I guarantee you there's going to be no quit in that 32, trying to get a charge up there to stay in the championship lead. He goes to the very top side of the racetrack, down in turns 3 and 4. You're not missing anything out front because Ricky Thornton Jr. has a 3-second lead over Garrett Alberson.
25 laps to go in this race, and 25 laps to decide the Castrol FloRacing Night in America Championship.
Thornton Jr.'s led the whole way so far. Alberson in second, but he's got his hands full as Zach Mitchell has closed back in on him, and you see the battle as it looked like maybe Alberson getting a little tight off the corner. Mitchell to the inside. Alberson will hold second at the line, but I don't know that he can keep Mitchell behind him, and maybe Zach Mitchell time to mount his late race charge to the lead. If he can get there, Jonathan Davenport's watching it all unfold in front of him, and this is the best race on the racetrack right now. You see Davenport enter the fold. That's the battle for second, third, and fourth.
Indeed it is, and credit to Garrett Alberson. He is hanging right there with him on the outside of the speedway, the bottom of a much more preferred group for the time being, as Mitchell slips up in front of Alberson. Alberson going to try to get the run back down to the inside. Mitchell shuts the door, and they may have made contact down there. It allows Davenport to get by.
Yeah, Davenport now enters the fold, and he's going to try to turn up the wick late. Brand new race car. Had a little mechanical gremlin last night. They got it fixed here for tonight.
We take a look at our other championship contender down the back straightaway right now going into turn 3. Bobby Pierce, that last time by, was actually ahead of Jason Fager. Fager trying to rally back now on the outside. You're looking at the battle for 11th on your screen, and Pierce once again had him that time by at the scoring loop. So the good news for the Bobby Pierce fans, that is one more position that he's gained. The bad news for the Bobby Pierce fans, it's still not enough to get him the championship that he is leading the points for heading into this main event.
Now right now with Thornton continuing to lead, if Thornton wins this race, Bobby has to get to the 6th position to be the champion, as he comes down. 2 laps remain for Ricky Thornton Jr. here tonight at Senoia Raceway. As he races down the back straightaway, you see Pierce on the right side of your screen doing everything he can, just not much left up there. He rides back in position at number 11. DJ, white flag is out. Bring us home at the Peach State Classic.
Final time around for your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. A 21-point deficit in the Castrol FloRacing Night in America presented by Kubota Championship coming into the night. He did what he needed to do. Coming off corner number 4, he's going to win the Peach State Classic for the 2nd time in his career. Ricky Thornton Jr. wins the race, and Ricky Thornton Jr. wins the 2024 Castrol FloRacing Night in America Championship presented by Kubota.